Update for the diff. Yesterday I talked to the customer and he said to me that this cover, it's different than this cover, the mounting point here. So I'm not gonna use this one, I'm gonna use this one. It doesn't have any problem, some marks only when I explode the diff, but not something crazy. Alright, so this one will replace this one, this going out. I clean also the pipe for the breather because the previous one was cutted over there. Then the owner, he told me, because we have also, he sent us also his other car here, he had some bearings for the differential against making this stupid mobile. Yeah, okay, let's see what bearings has here. These two washers, yep, these two, they have same part number, but it's supposed to don't be the same. I'm gonna explain. The thickness, it does have to be the same. If, let us say, I get this one, I'm gonna do it now. This is 225, okay, the number 2. This is 210. All right, these two. Let me open it to measure this. Okay. Now this one. This is 195, not 197. It's supposed to be 195 because I'm grabbing also the nylon. 1 second. 193. Okay. And this one is 195, same like the other one, 193, 195. So I cannot use this. I need to have on the carrier here, from the bearings actually, the race of the bearing that's stepping like this here, there is specific distance from one side to the other. If I put the other one that they're smaller, it's gonna play. It's gonna explode. It's gonna be the ring more near to the pinion. So you don't need something like that. I mean, if I have different range of washers, you can play with the washers, but not like that. Even if I use, let us say, only one, I have to cover the extra space from the other side. You have to play with the seams. Forget about this. Crash washer, it's always welcome. I have a special tool that I'm holding, this one, and usually this I'm doing it while it's on the car because it's difficult and you have to crash it hard. Yeah, well, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna mount it. I have to mount it somewhere, the diff at the end, to be able to torque it down properly. I'm gonna make the measurements with the old one, and then now regarding this washer, this is, like I said yesterday, it goes to the pinion. Alright, let's get a measurement of that. Has 100 millimeter run out. Yeah, okay. Alright, this is 3.2, 321, 3.2. Alright, let me open the line back. Alright, and this is 304. With this one, if this doesn't give me correct clearance, I can use this one. It depends, but this is 320. I said, right? This, how much I said? 320, and this is 3. Come on. 3 millimeters. 2/10 of millimeter difference, let us say. Again, if I use, let us say, the new washer, the pinion is gonna enter inside, forward, let us say. With the other one, it's gonna be let us say 0. I hope to be 0. Don't F myself all day here. Yeah, measuring and doing it. I'm gonna make some measurings. I'm gonna get some measurings so to don't struggle, to be prepared. And then one verification at the end with the color. So this one with question mark. I doubt I'm gonna use any of this. Yeah, keep also this here. This I need it. Let me open this. Let me put it back again in place. Yeah, I keep it here. No worries. No worries. Let me open the bearings to see what bearings we have here. I have 5 bearings. I'm supposed to need 4 bearings. Yeah, we're gonna see. Alright, what do we have now here? Pinion bearings, the carrier bearings, the crash washer, this at the end, and the pinion depth washer to adjust the pinion depth. But this is gonna be standby. Okay, now these seams and this bearing, there are 2 same bearings. This one is the same part number with this one, so no need. This goes back to the owner. This is what I need. 4 bearings, crash washer, and this with question mark. We're gonna see about that. Now, see what's the problem. If they did the same thing on the previous differential, I'm gonna explain what happened. When I opened the carrier from the other differential outside, it came easily out, extremely easily. Okay, I didn't have to force it, to prime it. It's supposed to don't be like that. I said, okay, maybe the housing, maybe the carrier, because it explodes inside, it might be. So on this one, you have to force it to slide out, and this is how it's supposed to be. I mean, left and right here. Okay. Then I open the one. Let me show you one second. I open to see the wear, if there is any wear here on the gears. All right. And when I open it, when I split and remove the ring, it's full of Loctite. I'm talking about stupid amount of Loctite. Okay, too much Loctite. That means somebody opened before the pinion. I don't know if that's the case. If, let us say, they put the new bearings, new seams, the seams that I'm talking about, if they used before this one and they didn't measure it and was have play and was sitting all the time there in the pinion, because it's supposed to be steady as much as possible there. It's supposed to have some preload, let us say, the side bearings, similar to the pinion bearings. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know, honestly. I'm just saying that one carrier came easily out. It can be, let us say, from the explosion. The other carrier came how it's supposed to come out. All right, and I'm stopping there. Now, what I'm gonna do? This, like I said, this goes back to the customer. This goes back in the box with the other diff, with the older diff. I keep the correct one here. That's in the middle, almost in the middle. Okay. All right, finish with that. I'm gonna fix a demo bearing. That means I'm gonna get the old bearing. I'm gonna machine it inside here to be able to slide easily inside. I'm gonna use, this is a classic. I was doing it even before with a Chevrolet, Ford, other cars, even with the Mercedes. I have a demo bearing for the pinion from Mercedes. Obviously, we're gonna use the old one, not the new one. Okay. The race here inside, I'm gonna put the new race. I'm gonna press one time the new race. There is no problem. But for the pinion, I'm gonna machine it this one. Important thing, I need this space, the distance from here to the distance here where it's stepping the bearing. And since I have the same part number bearing, I can use the old one just for testing to get some measurements. Putting this washer in, machine this bearing to come easily inside. You don't have to unpress and press again. All right, get some measurements. Before I do that, I'm gonna get also some different measurements. You say that's okay. I don't have any headache. What else? Bob, you see what else? I need to order the seals. That's what I don't have. I need the seals for the shafts here and for the pinion back. Oh boy. Yep, I'm gonna tell them also to give me one new pinion nut. I'm gonna use this one for now, like I said, in this crash washer, just to see how it is, and then at the end, crushing it properly, and everybody happy. Standard procedure, I have done this, I don't know if I told you 200 times, maybe it's gonna be more than 200 times, but it's the standard, just to be safe. For oil, we're gonna use this one. It's good oil, I have used it how many times, there's no problem. Also it's for clutches, or for this case it's gonna work amazing. To be honest, it's supposed to be overkill, this oil, but in any case. So, anything else? Nothing else. I'm start closing the carrier, some lubrication inside, to be able to make some measurements. Okay, pressing a couple of bearings, machine that the pinion bearing. Yeah, do some job here and waiting for the seals. Right? Right. The old bearings will gonna come here. This not the new one, the old one I'm gonna put inside at the end. Now I can put the old one here inside to disappear from here. Yeah, no need to be here. That means I don't want this bearing. No need this one, no need this one, and no need also this one, and no need also this one. I'm not gonna use it. Usually I'm keeping the old bearings because it's good, let us say, as a guide to press the new bearings. This belongs to the customer. I already have how many boxes of bearings there. We're gonna figure it out. Yay. Yeah, finish inside of the box. Like I said, this one at the end, this one I finish, and everybody happy. Move on. The old bearings there. I brought new oil here, carrier here. I have to put some lubrication, start closing it. Keep in mind that it's moving here, here, and here. It moves up and down. It depends when it need to be locked or not. The bearings need to be washed with petrol. First I'm washing with petrol, I'm making dry, and then I'm putting some oil. Measurements are gonna happen on the pinion, on the housing, plus I'm gonna get the cap. I'm gonna get also the race of this bearing here from both sides. I'm talking about this one, this piece, and I have to put it here, put inside as supposed to be when it's installed, with a washer obviously, and get some measurements. That's okay, that's it's round and it's not being like an egg, if you like. Also this step is important. I want to do all my homework to don't have any problems later on. I don't want to have any sound or something. I have fixed only one diff with sound, and this is on a company car. And I said from the beginning, because I closed it in 2 hours. I changed the ring and pinion, I changed the ratio in just 2 hours. So I was in hurry. And I said that either we're gonna make sound or we're not gonna make sound. It's not gonna be exploded, but it might make some sound. And this happened 5 years ago, I think. It's still running excellent, there's no problem at all. And the sound's been reduced. I can fix it, but again, I spent just only 2 hours, and it was approximately by feeling. That was the only differential that I fixed. Again, literally, I have built more than 200 diff. It was only the only one diff that it makes some sound. In any case, and I knew it, and I said that from the beginning. But this is our car here; it's every day here. Whatever happened, we can fix it. There's no problem. We have a spare diff for that. But since up to now, 5 years later, it's still running fine. Now, yes, stop talking, start working. Okay, let's move on. Let me close the carrier. Okay, and then washing the bearings, machine the other bearing. Yeah, they're the same thing what I said earlier. Carrier back in place, closed with lubrication inside. All right, next step, let's put the bearings. I'm not gonna press the bearings. It's very simple. This is also to one answer to some friends of mine. They're coming here, they said to me, this is to warm up your lunch. Of course not. It's not to warm up my lunch. First of all, I'm not eating at the garage. That's the first thing. Okay. This is for the bearings. Instead of going to the press and press it, because it's not very clean the press and I have to clean the press before I press the bearings, I'm warming it up, not 150, 120 degrees, something like that, not more than this. And then, here on the carrier, what I'm doing, I'm getting this one. You guess it right, classic. You're making it upside down. When you make it upside down, it's coming out liquid. Now it's not the time. You're cooling it down. At this point, you have to open the ventilation here, don't die. So you warm up one case, the other case you cool it down. Maybe it's reflecting now, this. You get the picture. This is gonna be cooled down, this is gonna be warmed up, and it's gonna enter inside like a glove. I have also extra because it does have so much. Yeah. And if you ask me, it's much better. And he just now came Isaac here inside. He said to me, what you're cooking, kebab? You're hungry, Mr. Isaac, right? You didn't eat breakfast? Coffee. Coffee only? Go eat something, man. You're gonna eat the bearings and then I'm gonna have the bearings. Go, please bring me the nut, the pinion nut, and the 3 seals. That's it. Thank you. And there we go. Looking beautiful. Looking good. Need to cool down now the oven. Need to warm up the torch. Yeah. It's stepping all over the place, all the way around. We are looking this pinion, not bearing the race. Okay, here, and then it's still a little bit hot. Looking good, looking good. Move on. Next step, need to machine this. It's just not coming freely inside. These are the old one, by the way. These are the new one. Okay. So I'm gonna use, like I said, this. Need the spacer here. All right. This one and this one and this one. All right. After this, I have to clean the ring and the pinion, a little bit on the edges, and continue. Pinion and bearings ready. That's the finishing. If you watch the previous video, you'll understand what I'm saying. I need to wash it for final and to put a little bit of lubrication on the bearings. So the bearing comes nice and tight. That's what you need. This is, again, that's the demo bearings. Alright? Is to get some measurements. God damn it. Yeah, take a look. Always tap it a little bit. Yep. Nice. Okay, and with one hand, what you're expecting. Yeah. Okay, need to be washed. Need to put the spacer here. The old crash washer, like I said earlier. Again, These are the old bearings. This is only for measurements, only for demo. Don't start writing in the comments what you did on the bearings. That's the final bearings that we're gonna install at the end. Let's move on with the ring. The ring is ready. That's what I'm talking about. It's just one clean, not something crazy. It doesn't grab the glove anywhere. Also inside, it does have any mark. Now the surface rust, I already removed it. Same thing for inside here, same thing for back over here. Whatever surface rust we had, I cleaned it to be okay. Alright. Now, first we are putting the spacer, then oh boy, this one, this it's supposed to start there. Yeah, okay, yeah, classic. I'm not gonna put it now, obviously. Let's put the ring on the carrier, Loctite. I need the torque specs. Yeah, I'm going to bring the book. Yeah. Ring back in place. Torque down. Time to put some oil on the bearings. And then put the pinion, then the ring. Let's see that. Point 1, it's tight. Point 15, it's loose. It's supposed to don't be more than 0.15, it's supposed to don't be less than 0.1. Looking good, looking good. Looking beautiful, not bad. Stay there, okay? Now, let's get some color to see the pattern. And if it's okay, stripping it off everything and putting it together. Now, the seals, this seal, and the pinion seal is gonna come tomorrow afternoon. That's what they told me. Meanwhile, what can I do? Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. If it's okay, the pattern here, if you are okay here, I can remove the pinion, press the correct bearings, the new bearings here, put some lubrication, don't close back here, because I'm waiting also the nut, alright? Because I'm waiting also the seal and the nut here. Yeah, we're looking good, we're looking beautiful. Moving on. Let's open it all now. Okay. No, before I open it all, the color. color. Don't forget it. How lovely. How beautiful. Why is that turning on the light? I like it. I love it. Not bad at all. Stripping it off, cleaning it, pressing the bearings on the pinion and waiting for tomorrow to come the seals. Yeah. Stripped off. Okay. Everything out. The demo bearings back to the owner. Pinion. Looking beautiful, looking good, looking amazing. Need to remove also this bearing here. And I'm cooking the pinion bearings. Yay! 15 minutes at 130-40 degrees. Let's clean it, remove and prepare it. Pinion washed, new bearing in place, the washer, the spacer back in place. Beautiful. Let's continue. Lubrication, same thing there inside. Now time for the cigarette. So it's gonna stay like that till tomorrow, till I receive the seals. The pinion back, I'm using the old nut with the ARP assembly grease. I'm crushing the washer, then I'm removing this and I'm putting the new one to secure down. And I'll make the final adjustment with a new one. That's what I'm doing all the time actually. I don't want to overstress, let us say, the new nut that has the seals. It's self-locking nut. It's like this. So using the old one, crushing it, put a little bit assembly grease, and then removing the old one, put the new one. Very happy. Parts here. Alright, now somebody asked, okay, since you're gonna explode the diff, why you change the bearings? Because the owner, he knows how to drive the car, because he knows when he's gonna explode the diff. Usually it's lasting for 2 years, the diff, 1 to 2 years. So, and I believe that has much more chances to survive longer when you have a new bearings. Again, if the owner, he didn't want to change the bearings, he can just get the diff and install it as this. He's not gonna send it to me, right? It's not my call if I have to change, let us say, the seals and the bearings and this kind of stuff. So it's let me say also another one thing. You have an M157 example. You're gonna see how it's gonna be relative with the diff. All right. You know that if you launch this diff, let us say, from a dead stop with a hot tires, with a good grip, you're gonna explode. This is 101. All right, on the specific car, on the specific application. That's the number one. Second, you have an M157 and you know that's suffering the connecting rods. And you know that at middle range RPMs you have so much torque. Don't push it there. Simple. What I mean by that, do not drive the car between 3,500 and 5,500. Don't think that it's better for the engine to run on the maximum peak of torque. Let the car shift alone, you know, and be away from the maximum, from the peak of the torque. This is what's bending the connecting rods. Let us say for the diff, if let us say you launch the car and you have a first, second gear that you have stupid amount of torque, definitely gonna destroy everything. But when you're in a third gear and you're rolling, it can survive for a couple of years. It's relative to each other. It's about torque. We are talking about torque. All right. So I believe that this will gonna last at least for 2 years, like the previous one. That's it. Now, next video, when I'm gonna receive the seals to finalize it, put some sealant to close the cover. Anything else? Nothing more, nothing less. The solid bushings over there. Yeah, the bolts for the cover. Yeah, stuff like that. Thank you.